The crossing of the Red Sea is one of the most famous stories in the Bible. Charlton Heston, walls of water, Pharaoh's army drowning. But Exodus is doing more than telling us how Israel escaped Egypt. It's telling us that God is creating the world again. Now consider carefully the language of Exodus. God drives back the sea. The waters divide. Dry land appears. If that sounds familiar, it should, because those are creation words. In Genesis 1, God separates the waters so that dry land can emerge. Now in Exodus, he does it again. Think about the pattern we've seen so far. In Genesis, God speaks, chaos is ordered, a world is formed. In Egypt, God speaks, order collapses, creation begins to unravel. But at the Red Sea, something changes. Now God is not merely unmaking a kingdom, he is making a people. And notice how central the waters are. Throughout the Bible, the sea often represents chaos, danger, death. And Israel is trapped. Pharaoh behind them, the sea before them, no escape. And then God speaks, and the waters divide. Dry land appears, and Israel walks through the middle of the chaos untouched. This is not simply deliverance. This is creation imagery used again and again. But there's another side to this story. The same waters that save Israel will be the waters that destroy Egypt. Pharaoh's army enters the sea, and the waters collapse over them. That's important, because Exodus is showing us two things happening at once. Egypt is being decreated, while Israel is being recreated. One world is collapsing, while another is being born. And there's another layer here that connects all the way back to the first plague. Remember what happened to the Nile? The waters of Egypt become blood. The source of life become polluted. The land was declared unclean. But now, Israel comes to another body of water. And this time, the waters do not bring defilement. They bring separation. They bring deliverance. They bring newness. The same waters that destroy Egypt become the means by which God brings Israel safely through. And that's the pattern. For Egypt, the waters mean judgment. For Israel, the waters mean cleansing and new creation. One people are swallowed by chaos, the other emerge from it. And this becomes a pattern all through Scripture. God saves through judgment. Noah passes through waters while the old world dies. Israel passes through waters while Egypt falls. Later, baptism will symbolize death and resurrection. God brings life through the death of the old creation. That's a consistent pattern. He's forming a holy people, a people separated from the corruption of Egypt, a people prepared to stand before him. And that matters for us too, because salvation in Scripture is never about escape. God does not save his people and leave them unchanged. He brings them out so that he can form them into something new. This is why the Exodus doesn't end at the Red Sea. It leads to Sinai, to covenant, to worship, and to holiness. Because after passing through the waters, God will speak again. Not to create light, not to judge Egypt, but to form a people for his own possession. And he does it with 10 words. And the God who divides the sea is the God who now speaks a nation into existence.